Hello, I am Daniel Vasquez.
I am Nicolás Niño.
I am Salomón Pérez.
And I am Camilo Estelabati, and here we are in the Teusaca River.
This documentary will study an important river for the population in La Calera, which is the Teusaca River.
For the development of this project, the following materials would be used. First, the rope to measure the distances between the points of the river. Then, the net to take out the leaves under the rocks, soil, and insects that we find in the river. After that, we will use flasks filled with alcohol to preserve and maintain the insects that we find in the river. Later, we will use an stereoscope and tweezers to check if in those samples we find some type of insects that could determine if there is contamination in the river.
Wave after wave, wave after wave, slowly drifting, and it feels like we're drowning, pulling against the stream, pulling against the...
How we are going to discover if it is contaminated? The uses of certain species as indicators that are sensitive or tolerant to variation of some physiochemical parameters of a given environment. These are called bioindicators.
Touch the ground and it feels like I can see the sands on the horizon every time you are not. Wave after wave, wave after wave, slowly drifting.
Sí, porque la gente no lo cuida, bota basura, la tala de árboles para construir condominios, el uso de detergentes muy fuertes, en fin, no hay conciencia todavía de cuidar los recursos naturales. Trabajaría con la gente de la región, pues porque yo creo que en principio es falta de cultura, y lo haría de mano con el Ministerio de Medio Ambiente. Y adicionalmente pues trataría de intervenir un poco en lo que son los permisos para la construcción. Eso sería básicamente la educación de la gente. Creo que nos concientiza y nos ayuda a que la gente que vaya cuide
I can make it easy, easy to love me, love me. Still I reach, find a way. I'm stuck here in between. I'm looking for the right words to say. I'm slowly drifting, drifting away, wave after wave, wave after wave. I'm slowly drifting, and it feels like I'm drowning.
These are the types of insects that we could find on the samples that we select on the selected zones. Also in the river there was human activity and they were fishing on the river. To elaborate the experiment, which final objective is to determine how contaminated is the river in three different points depending on the quality of insects, the process that is going to be followed is: first, the materials will be gotten from the school, which is going to provide us the net, the alcohol, and some containers will be bought, all three of the same size and shape. Second, with all the materials needed ready, then the first step is going to be to go to the first point of the river, where a sample is going to be taken with the net. Then the soil will be separated from the net and also the insects that are in the soil. Third, the insects will be taken to the containers which will have the alcohol, which could be isopropyl alcohol, to preserve the insects that have to get killed. Fourth, the same process will be done in all the 3 points of the river. And then the samples of point 1, 2 and 3 will be taken to the laboratory to see through the stereoscopius which type of insects are them and with this information see if the quantity of insects depends on the quality of the contamination or other possibilities. After the quality of insects is known and the reason of the insects to be there, we could determine which area is more affected, so we'll see which factors are causing the impact on the river.
Now we are here in the lab and we are going to analyze the samples that we took in the Teusaka River. With the stereoscope, we will analyze in these samples and we will see if there is any organism that shows that the river is contaminated or if we don't find anything and the hypothesis is not right.
Now in the lab we use the stereoscope for see the insects or what we find on the samples we take on the river. These are the images about the animals we find on the samples of the Teusaka River, and with these images we can prove that our hypothesis was correct. The Teusaka River was contaminated by the human, well, cause of the human activity, and these insects are also corresponding to the list we find on internet that proves the contamination of the water. As we can conclude is that the river Tusaka is contaminated. So it's very important to improve this river because this river could be useful for use in the future and there are many organisms connected with the environment. Also because this river connects with other rivers and other regions, so the contamination will go on and we need to save the river and also the other rivers.